Hi, this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to focus on Guardians of the Galaxy in Disney, California. And we're going to do a layout that's going to use peekaboo pockets because I have a lot of photos from that particular experience, and I really don't want to have to do two different layouts or more to accommodate them all. So we're going to try to accommodate them all in one 2-page layout. Let's see if we can do it. Let's get to work. All right, so this is the right hand side of the layout that we did last time, you may recall. And so I told you that we were getting to Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's what we've got on the docket for today. And I just adhered these photos on here with a little tiny bit of repositionable adhesive just so that I would kind of remember where I wanted them placed. I don't know how many of you took advantage of the special that we had a while back. It was maybe a year ago or so, where we got a bunch of bedazzled things. This is Bedazzled Geometric that I'm going to use today, and it has a lot of different shapes. You can kind of see the shape in the reflection on the camera. It has foiled pages, so that's why you can see a reflection on this particular one, because this one is foiled. The gold outline is very reflective. And so anyway, we're going to use this because it matches this, which is a laser paper that came out with the geometric, or with the bedazzled papers also. So I'm going to use this today. I love the pre-cut laser papers that are like this. They're usually really stiff. This one is quite stiff, a little bit stiffer than your normal cardstock even might be, but they're cut so very well and such intricate designs usually that that I just think they're a lot of fun, and they're really easy to work with. So they really add a lot to your layout without you having to stress too much. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to cut this piece in half so that I can use half on one side of the layout and half on the other side of the layout. Okay, so just right down the middle in half like that, and I'm going to use that flat side to go against the jeeping on the outside edge of my layout, just like so. Okay, then I'm going to take the foiled paper, and I don't know about you, but whenever I get foiled paper, I love it, and I think it's so pretty that I have a hard time using it. Isn't that crazy? But it's like I want to hoard it or something. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I really have a hard time using it. So I am making myself use this time because it's just so pretty, and it really matches this laser paper perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece of foiled paper into 6 strips that are 2 by 12, and this layout is going to be really simple and come together really easily, mostly just because of these papers being so decorative and so easy to work with. So we're going to do, let's see, we're going to do 6 2-inch strips, and one of those we may go back and cut in half. We'll have to see how this works. And a lot of this pretty foiled paper is going to get covered, but that's okay because I have photos I want to put on this. So there we go. All right, in addition, because I have so many photos that my husband and my 2 kids who went on this ride took, I have, I'm incorporating a 6 by 12 peekaboo pocket. So if you haven't used a peekaboo pocket before, or at least one this big. Let me show you what I like to do, because I try slipping my photos in here just to see which ones I want to put in the pocket. But then, as you can see, they slide around, and they don't look very nice, honestly, and they could fall out if you just leave them that way. So what I like to do is go ahead and come in here and add some adhesive. You don't have to be super careful or grand about it. Just go ahead and add some adhesive to a 6x12 sheet of paper. I like to use the pieces that come from the front of my paper packs when they're not cardstock. If they're not cardstock, I like to use them like this, because they are still photo safe paper, and so acid free, lignin free. I can still use them with my photos. It's just that they're not going to be thick like cardstock. So I'm going to just put these photos in here. I'm going to put them edge to edge. Now you can certainly dress up one of these 6x12s especially, and you can, use a base cardstock and frame all your photos and, do all of that if that's what you want to do. But I'm not wanting to spend a lot of time on that today. So I am simply adhering my photos so that I can easily slip them into the peekaboo pocket without having them slide around. Okay, so just a little bit of repositionable adhesive in each corner. Then I'm placing them on this piece of paper, edge to edge, as much as I can. Some of the photos are cut a little bit wonky. Not bad, but just enough that it bugs me, but I'm not going to worry about it today. I am going to worry about making sure they're right side up. That is kind of important to me. Okay, so just making sure I've got those all right side up. Now you can see that I did measure this 6 inches, the paper 6 inches wide, and it is sticking out just a little bit. So I'm going to come back in with my trimmer and trim off that little bit of excess so that I can't see the paper that's in between those pictures. Okay. Then I'm going to take this and go ahead and put it back in my 12x6 peekaboo pocket. Slide those right in there, and now those are ready for me to go ahead and mount into my album. Okay, they're not going to slip around. There's a little bit of air in the pocket. Flatten it out to just a little bit. Okay, now to work back on these pages, what we're going to do is, I want the gold side to show, so I'm going to add some repositionable adhesive to the very edge. Normally I wouldn't go like straight across like that because you really don't need to, but with this having so many little holes and intricacies, it just makes me feel better to go ahead and add just a tiny bit more adhesive. Okay, and then I'm adding that flat edge that we cut right up against the outer jeeping on the page, pressing it into the page like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to move these photos out of the way. I'm going to take a look here. I think I just actually only need 2 for each page. I'm just adding a little bit of interest to the background by adding that stripe in there. I don't want to cover the whole background. I just want to cover some of it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my adhesive and I'm going to add these foil strips an equal distance apart. So I'm going to go with about, it's roughly 3/4 of an inch from the bump of our laser paper. And then roughly 3/4 of an inch in between the papers as well. Okay, then I've got these fun pictures that we're going to put on here. And I'm going to just kind of arrange them a little bit scawampus. Is that a word? It is a word, isn't it? Askew. How's that? A little bit askew. Because honestly, that's how I view this whole ride experience. It's a little bit askew. I did not go on this ride. This was all my husband went with my oldest daughter and my son, and they thought it was fantastic. And then of course our peekaboo pocket will go on the outside here so that when you open it up you see this was them waiting in line. Then they got to watch Rocket, they got on the ride, and then this is the end of the ride. And honestly, I think this picture is in another spot in the album because I think I put it in the wrong place before. My bad. But that's okay. Now it will be in 2 different spots. All right, now I need to lift these photos off of here so I can get this put on. You make these laser papers very precise, so it has to go right on the very edge of the page in order for the top to not be off. So just keep that in mind. All right, and these 2 we'll get in a second. So the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, Mission Breakout, actually replaced what used to be the Twilight Zone. And so if you're familiar with the way that the Twilight Zone ride worked, then you have an idea what this particular ride was like. Very jerky, lots of sudden turns and twists and drops. So if you like that kind of thing, then this would be a fun ride. My husband said that it really was very fun. They enjoyed it. So all right. I'll just kind of make these a little bit askew as well to keep kind of with the theme of the way we did those other photos. Thought it was really funny how in this, you can see the fake background again on this photo right here, how it blends so well with the natural sky that you almost don't even notice that it's there, which is kind of funny. Okay, now the only thing we're missing on this is I need some kind of a journal box, which I will need to add in somewhere, maybe down here or possibly up here. I need to come up with something that would work for that. Maybe I could turn over a piece of this, which is still inside or in keeping with the theme of the papers, just a little bit different color. So we'll go with that. I'll make it 4.5 by 2. And add this in maybe just up there like so. Don't really need a huge title because we've got that here to kind of know that that's what these pages are about. Oops, apparently I didn't get this photo adhered very well because it just shifted on me. There. All right. So one thing that I haven't been doing is going ahead and adhering my peekaboo pockets, and some of that is because I was kind of taught that you adhere your peekaboo pockets to the page protector, but lately I've been thinking, as I've seen more people do it, that actually it would be better to adhere to your page and then work your page protector around it. So I'm going to go ahead and just adhere my peekaboo pocket to my page, and then I'll put my page protector on with this outside of it so that it can be folded in on top. And let's see, we ought to add some kind of embellishing to this. However, let's see. Yeah. Embellishing is not something I looked at for this particular layout ahead of time. So let's see. A magic moment, make a wish. So some of these embellishments I found from a different company, but they're all made with the same the same colors as our embellishments that are made by Creative Memories. So I thought, well, I'm going to get some of those because that will give me some variation of, you know, some variations as to which embellishments I want to use. Magic moments with balloons. I don't know about that. We might be able to make that work. I'm just here for the food. Magic, adventure, dream, imagine, happy. It's a beautiful day. Magic, adventure, dream, happy. Maybe we'll just add those. Alright, I'm going to lift this up so I can tuck this guy under just a bit. And then we'll kind of do like that. And we're just going to say, I love this place. And this one, go right there. I don't care that it covers the water tower. No biggie. It's a beautiful day. Could be kind of like the balloon is carrying the streamer. Right? Let's see if there's any other. Just don't really want a word. I just want. There's a fun little tag that will bring those colors a little more over into this area. I'll just stick that under there, kind of like that. All right. What do you think? Do you use your foiled papers? Are you stingy like I was and made it so that it went on more than one page. Tell me what you think. All right, leave me a comment. I would love that, and I'll be sure and get back to you. Otherwise, I think we are done for today. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have many more creative moments, and I'll see you next time.